This is your Filipino radio experience in Las Vegas. PHLV Radio.
The Filipino American Cancer Care now brings you On the Air with FACC, tributes and support to those impacted by cancer. On the Air with FACC, the Filipino American Cancer Care on PHLV Radio.
Good evening sa ating mga kababayan dito sa Amerika. Magandang gabi po sa inyong lahat. Good morning, Philippines. Magandang umaga, Pilipinas. Ngayon ay January 21, 2022. Ang bilis ng panahon. But anyway, welcome sa ating radio show On the Air with FACC, Filipino American Cancer Care. My name is Josie Moralidad Zaiman from the Filipino American Cancer Care. Ngayong gabi ay napaka-espesyal kasi kasama natin ang isang beauty queen, cancer warrior, cancer survivor, at syempre siya yung modelong ina at asawa para sa ating mga kababayan dito sa Amerika and sa Pilipinas. By the way, may mga gusto lang magpabati ngayong gabi, no? Bago ko makalimutan yung kanilang pangalan, I would like to our very good friend and supporter ng FACC, si Tina Robertson, dahil nakasurvive siya sa COVID-19. And syempre, nanonood si Dave Freeman, si Mayet, and si Shirley. Thank you so much for watching us tonight. At syempre, lahat po kayo ngayon na nakatutok sa atin dito sa PHLV Radio. At wala kami dito, wala ang aming station manager na si Mr. Johan. Hi, Johan! I know you're behind the scene and behind the camera. Now, I would like to introduce, ngayong gabi gusto niya maging kasama natin siya. Wala ngayon si Emerich, no? Nagtatrabaho siya and he told me na next week, sigurado, nandito na siya sa atin pagkatapos ng bakasyon niya sa Mexico. But anyway, we have our partner sa Filipino American Cancer Care. We have Ed Logan. Hi, Ed.
Hey, Josie. Again, it's Friday. Thank God it's Friday. I can't wait to have this special show tonight. And first, I would like to greet our viewers, listeners in the Philippines, of course, here in the U.S. And I want to give a shout out to Rachel, because Rachel is the one who really led.
Oh, Rachel, the
to make sure we get into the chance to book Abigail. And I'm persistent. I said, let's go. When is it? When is it? Finally, it happened. So I'm so excited to have this show tonight, Josie.
Yes. At ako rin, excited. Alam mo naman ako, Ed, mahilig sa beauty queens. Yes. Hindi man ako beauty queen. Mahilig ako sa beauty queens. Kasi yung gusto ko yung mga nila yung mga tips kung paano ka mag-take care ng sarili mo, paano ba maiwasan yung mga pores, how do you live your life with positivity and, talagang kindness, di ba? But anyway, Ed, you have the privilege or you have the floor to introduce our special guest tonight.
Sure. Tonight, our guest is a former representative of the Philippines in the 1997 Miss Universe pageant, fashion model, and TV personality. She has since ventured into the world of image consultancy, where she could pass on her legacy of beauty and poise to others. Amongst her many achievements, she is a former board member of the Professional Models Association of the Philippines and a former board member of the Philippine Society for Training and Development. Is a long word, but I think it's a well-known organization. Even in the US, I heard that. She's also a certified image professional and past president of the Association of Image Consultants International Philippine chapter, the past president of the BNI Genesis chapter. She now works full-time as the managing director and chief trainer of the Personify Image Studio Incorporated, the author of 88 Things That Every Professional Should Know or Else, a wife to a celebrity photographer, June De Leon, a beautiful mother to her son, 20-year-old Ijay, and of course, a 5-year-old son, Eli. Please welcome Abigail De Leon.
Hi, Abigail.
Hi, good evening. Good morning pala sa mga taga-Pilipinas. Magandang umaga at magandang gabi. Ang haba ng introduction, Ed, sabi ko, bawasan mo. So,
Hindi sanay si Abigail.
I am very happy to be here. So it's nice to meet you, Josie, and finally nice seeing you, Ed.
Yes.
Abigail, bilang feedback lang mag-throwback muna tayo. Your name is very familiar sa amin ng mga Filipino, lalong-lalo na nandoon pa kami sa Pilipinas. Now, nung time na sumali ka sa Binibining Pilipinas, anong year ba yon? At can you tell us kung ano yung motivation mo noon na sumali ka sa isang beauty contest?
Okay. The very first, may history ng konti yan. I was 17 years old when I first joined a contest, a supermodel competition. I was 17 years old. So imagine that, di ba? Parang sobrang bata. Tapos, at 17, parang sobrang nene ko pa that I went there to compete in the Supermodel of the World competition. Tapos, parang nanonood lang ako. So, I was wearing a Miss Philippines sash, pero in my mind, parang, I really didn't deserve it. Parang hindi ko alam gawin. Sabi ko, if ever I get another chance to wear the sash, I'm gonna do better. So, I did. So, after a few years, 17, I think mga 3 or 4 years, I got a chance to join Binibining Pilipinas in 1994 for the first time. So, I was the runner-up of Charlene. So, sabi ko, parang I didn't make it. So, sabi ko, I have to wear that sash again. So in 1997, I felt that I was prepared. I was like 23 years old then. Tapos when I did that, sabi ko, okay, I'm gonna do everything that I can to, it's not really winning, pero lahat ng makakayanan kong gawin, ibibigay ko talaga. So I did. So at that age, the second time I joined Binibining Pilipinas, when I went to Miss Universe, I did everything that I can. So no regrets, no ifs, no buts, no what could have been, walang ganon. So I gave my all. So when I went back, so sorry, hindi ko nakuha yung corona, pero in my heart and in my mind, I gave everything.
And you learned a lot from that experience.
Of course I did. Of course.
When you joined that contest, alam mo yung mga typical na Filipino parents, lalong-lalo na yung mga mothers, sila yung nag-encourage sa anak nila na mag-join sa mga beauty pageants, di ba? How about in your case?
In my decision, pero meron akong Pitoy Moreno, meron akong Mama Rene, meron akong Joey Espino. Sila yung mga nanay-nanayan ko ng mga time na yon.
May mga mentors ka na.
Meron. So sila yung mas nag-encourage sa akin. Tapos, from then on, so nagpaalam lang ako sa mommy, daddy ko, itong mga to, kasi parang barkada ko lang yung parents ko. Sabi nila, parang, okay, gawin mo habang bata ka.
Nice.
So, yes, so I'm very lucky to have them as my parents kasi they were so supportive of everything that I do at that time. So imagine, parang going to the US for the first time, at ako mag-isa. So pinayagan nila ako ng konsente at lahat. Tapos, isa sa mga gift, alam mo ba, Josie, Ed, isa sa mga gift, when I got a chance to join Miss Universe here in Miami, that was the time na nagkaroon ng visa ang parents ko. First time nilang bumisita sa Amerika and they watched the Miss Universe and I was so super proud. Kasi nakagawa si mama ko ng taga Angeles City, di ba? So, ganyan. So, si dad ko nakatuksido, tapos nasa hotel sila. So, I think it wasn't just my own experience, but the experience that Miss Universe gave to my parents, that was unforgettable. So, doon nagkaroon ng windows, or should I say opportunities, bakit sila nabubuhay dito sa Las Vegas at now.
You mentioned that you were only 17 years old nang mag-join ka bilang isang model. Yes. But paano mo na manage yung time mo na nakapag-aral ka ba ng college?
Yes, I did. So, nakapag-aral ako ng college, pero I'm not very proud to say that I did not finish it because at that time, after Supermodel, I had the chance to go abroad, going around Asia. So I did that. You know why? Because Mount Pinatubo happened. So nung nagkaroon ng Mount Pinatubo, ang nangyari, nasira yung business namin. So, unfortunate events, nagkasunod-sunod until I told myself, okay, so I have to do something. So, I went to the States. I went to New York, actually, to work as a fashion model. So, I did that. So, there was a time in my life, at age 17, I was the breadwinner of the family. So, meron akong kwento. Tapos, I came back and then I went around Asia and I was working full-time as a fashion model at that age. So,
Wow.
hindi ko natapos ang college ko. Yun. I'm not very proud to say that.
But then you were able to travel, no? Sa iba't
Yes,
ibang
yes.
bansa, di ba?
And that's education itself, Abigail.
Well,
That's
An experience.
Oh
I
my
think so,
God.
because I was traveling the world, if I may say that. I was traveling the world as a fashion model, and then every opportunity to learn, I grab it. So lahat ng mga pwedeng CEUs, lahat ng mga ganyan, especially when I became an image consultant, I would grab on every opportunity.
Yes.
Ito bago ko ibigay yung opportunity kay Ed or privilege Ed, gusto ko lang malaman kasi may mga parents, although we're gonna talk more about cancer, yung pagiging model ba, yung paglakad sa, sa stage, is it natural para sa'yo or paano yun? Na-develop mo lang ba yun?
Well, of course, my mentor ako. It was all because of Joey Espino. He was my mentor at that time. So si Joey Espino is a fashion director, and he was the very first person who believed in me that I can be a model. Nung 17, nag-compete ako, but I met him when I was 15. So at 15 years old, nakita na niya na pwede model material. And then, I think I enjoyed the stage. So I didn't even think of how to walk, how to ganyan. I didn't, it just came natural for me. Kaya rin siguro, hindi ko pinangarap, hindi ko siya pinush, parang it came very natural for me.
Ano ba yung height mo?
I stand, now I'm 5'9" and a half, but there was a time in my life that I was 5'10", hindi ko alam, nag-shrink na yata ako.
Oh my gosh. And then pag nakasuot ka pa ng high-heeled shoes na mga 2 inches.
I can be a 6-footer easily.
And for a Filipino, that's a great asset.
I think so.
Now, Ed, it's your turn.
Sure. And of course, we want to follow up because the reason why we're asking all these questions background-wise, of course, your husband. I know he's a celebrity photographer in the Philippines and, of course, other Asian clientele. So how did you guys met? And, what is the story behind it? So at least, our listener can...
Love story on the side. Okay, ganito yan. So, we have been working, since I've been modeling, we have been working, pero alam mo yung, shoot lang kami, tapos na, tapos, hindi. Until, it was in 1997 or 96. It was in 96 yata, nakalimutan ko na. 96, when I was called for a job, for a modeling job in Dubai. Tapos ang photographer daw, si June. Tapos during that time, maniwala ka Ed, wala pang fax machine. So ngayon, ang sabi sa akin, we will fax your the visa through June's office. So you're gonna have to go to June's office to get the visa. So ako naman, nene. I was like 20, I was 18 years old. 18 nga. Hindi pa. I forgot na. But anyway.
Don't worry, that's our chemo brain somehow. Brain fog.
Brain fog. Ano ba yan? But anyway, I was so young at that time. I was like 20. When did we got married? I was 24. So 21 ako. Tama. 21. Ganyan. Tapos, kinuha ko naman yung visa. Ganyan. So tapos sabi niya, sabay na tayo sa airport. Ganyan siya. Siyempre, maskulado yun eh. Sabay na tayo sa airport. Sabi ko, okay. Ako naman, sige, sabay tayo sa airport. Ganyan. Tapos sa Dubai, doon kami nagka-developan. So we were together for more than a week. Tapos yung room namin magkatabi sa hotel, ganyan. Tapos he was so sweet. Parang all he talked about was his children. So he has 7 children total. So before I even met the children, at kilala ko si Trisha, kilala ko si Christine, kilala ko si Tim, kilala ko lahat yung mga anak niya. Kasi yun lang ang sabi ko nga, binibiro ko yan, ang pinanligaw talaga niya yung mga anak niya. Kasi lagi yun ang kwento, lagi yun ang front. Tapos, nung pupunta ng bahay, may kasamang anak, parang, and that, I really appreciated that because, since day one, walang tinago, walang kahit na ano. So, ayun, Josie, ending, ilan na kami? More than 25 years na kami together.
Wow.
Is he related ba sa actor na si Christopher or director na si Bert De
They know
Leon?
each other and they call each other insan, pero they're not. I don't know. So, taong Cavite si June, pero yung mga artista, masyadong close siya sa mga artista. So, si Aga Mulak, daw niya, kambal daw niya yon, yung mga gano'n.
Okay naman si doon. Okay naman si Aga pag sinabi niya yun.
Oo. Agree naman sila. Yung mga ganon. Pero, ganon siya. He works a lot with all these famous people. So, and he's very dear to them. And he's been doing photography for so many years. Matanda pa sa akin. For so many years. And he's really, really good at it.
Yes. I saw some of the portfolio. So that's why probably when he took a picture, oh my goodness, this subject is beyond. So that's why I think that's
And you know what? He has a good eye. Kasi kung
Yes,
photographer ka,
exactly.
kailangan magaling yung yung mata mo
Oh,
eh.
absolutely. Ano yan. So, hanggang ngayon, parang I am still his number one fan.
At ikaw yung paborito niyang subject.
Naku, maniwala ka, hindi. Kasi nga, akala photographer siya, so yung bahay namin, tad-tad ng mga photography, hindi. Ang bahay namin, tad-tad ng paintings. So, I have one shot, one picture na kaming mag-ina na lumabas sa dyaryo, kaya parang binariniligaro sa kanya. That's the only photo that we have in the house. Pero, it's not true. Parang karpintero, di ba? You would expect maganda bahay ng karpintero, pero hindi, di ba? Parang So, kami, hardly. So, hindi. More on painting ang bahay namin.
Oh, wow. Okay. Now, let's talk about your cancer journey, no?
Okay.
As a cancer survivor, at bago tayo umupo dito, ang dami kong nabasa tungkol sa iyo, na talagang proactive ka when it comes to your health, no? Meron bang mga red flags that something was wrong in your body?
You know what? Zero. No red flag, no nothing, except for one. So God gave me a small, cute symptom. It was just a pimple-like on my breast, kakatabi ng nipple. Parang nakita ko yon, tapos sabi ko parang, honey, ano to? Sabi niya, hindi ko alam, ganun siya.
You mean to say nasa labas, nasa gilid ng nipple mo?
Nasa gilid ng nipple, yung parang pimple-like na I can easily, I can easily
ignored it and exactly.
Yeah. Pero God is so good that He gave me a sign, a simple sign. That's it. Kasi I was breastfeeding for kakastop months pa lang nung nag-stop ako ng breastfeeding. So my son is 5 now. So 3+ years siyang nag-breastfeed sa akin. So alam ko na pag nag-breastfeed ka, natural yung function, di ba? So wala akong iniintindi. So yung mga paninigas, that's very common in breastfeeding. So I had no clue except for that tiny pimple. Tapos with that tiny pimple, COVID na yun eh. So that was in June of 2020. Tapos I called my doctor. Sabi ko, Doktora, I have a zit beside the nipple. Tapos sabi niya, Mamo, please. Ganun lang siya. Nagte-text lang kami.
Pero when did you start doing the mammogram?
Oh, in June, I started doing the mammogram.
Oh, that was your first time din na magpa-mammogram?
No. I've been doing mammogram. Ang last mammogram ko was before pregnancy. When I found out that I was pregnant, tama, parang yun yung month na I found out that I'm pregnant, that I just had my mammogram. So, I was, tapos breastfeeding. So, akala ko kasi, pag nagbe-breastfeeding, hindi ka pwede magpa-mammogram. Apparently, that's not true. Oo, hindi ko alam. Kasi, imagine, di ba, gatas, pipisain, tapos ang kalat mo doon, di ba? So, feeling ko, hindi ako dapat magpa-mammogram. Kaya rin siguro na lumaki siya eh. So,
naalala ko tuloy yung yung kaibigan natin na si Jennifer Griffin, yung reporter sa FACC News, kasi siya naman triple negative yung kanyang breast cancer, no? Nagbe-breastfeed siya sa anak niya at doon niya rin na-discover na mayroon pala siyang triple negative. Ito yung breast cancer na walang gamot.
Oh my gosh.
So Abigail,
so let's talk about more.
To piggyback to Josie's question, so you said that is the sign, and then when the doctor confirmed that it was a breast cancer, are you by yourself or is June with you?
course,
Can you
June
walk
is-
us through? Because
Okay.
sometimes this word cancer or you have cancer
I know,
is a
right?
very, different people have different experience of that word. So
Reaction din. What was it like for you?
Kwento ko muna, the mammogram. Few days after, I got the results, parang BIRAD number 5. Ganyan, syempre, research ako. Tapos sabi ko, parang, uy, possible cancer. So doon, not knowing, it's really hard because so many things kept going inside my head. Tapos, sabi ko, doktora, finally sumagot siya, parang okay. Sabi ko, doktora, BIRAD 5 daw, ganyan. I'm not even familiar with the term. Tapos sabi niya, sige, biopsy. Sabi ko, of course, biopsy na. O di si biopsy na. Biopsy, it took longer because after biopsy, nagpa-request pa ng fish, tapos HER2, may mga iba-iba pa, so dagdag after the biopsy. So second week of June, I saw the pimple. June 28, I remember that. June 28, the doctor was, we sat down with the surgeon onco na. Tapos she was telling me that I had cancer. So we were sitting down in June. Tapos kasi we were expecting the worst na talaga. So we were expecting the worst, pero we're preparing, of course. Nung sinabi yung cancer, sabi ko, okay. Sabi ko, so what's next? What's the treatment? I did not even think that I would die. Not one bit. So anong gagawin natin, doktora? So sabi ko, so ang next question ko, doktora, magkano? Parang magkano kailangan na i-prepare? Yun talaga yung umaandar sa utak ko. Parang okay, tapos sabi ko nung sinabi niya, tapos sabi ko okay, my insurance won't be enough to cover it kasi meron lang parang may ceiling price yun may ceiling rate. Tapos parang okay, so kung if we need that much, we will think about it. Ano yung mga choices, ganyan.
Pros and cons.
So sa akin, parang I know my body can take it. It's just a matter of going through it. So in the first time I heard the word cancer, it did not even scare me. It did not.
Parang blanco yung isip mo rin.
Parang sa akin, okay, I have cancer. Ang bilis na acceptance ko eh. So now I have cancer, and then what? What do we do? Ganun na kagad.
Pero nang sinabi sa iyo ng doktor na it's stage 3.
Yun ang nilinaw ko. Sabi ko, doktora, ay hindi ko naintindihan to. So, yung papeles. Sabi ko, anong stage? Anong klase? Sabi niya, well, it's stage 3 breast cancer. Tapos, stage 3B. So, hindi pa nagme-metastasize. Sabi ko, okay. So, sa akin parang, okay. So, siguro kung stage 4, baka nataranta ako. Pero stage 3, hindi ako, ewan ko. Well, looking back, I was so composed. I was so, parang,
Para ka talagang nasa beauty
Beauty
contest.
queen, di ba? Raised under pressure.
I think wala pang training siguro yon, hindi ko alam, pero hindi mo ako matataranta, hindi mo ako matuturete. It's not my personality. I would say, okay, now what's next?
Nandoon talaga yung confidence mo, ha? Now, how did you choose to share itong diagnosis sa pamilya mo, especially sa asawa mo at sa parents mo?
Okay.
At saka sa mga anak mo.
My husband heard it firsthand. So, siya mismo nakarinig. So, no problem on that. Pag-uwi, we talk to Ija kasi we live with my two children, my Ija at si Eli. So, we talk to them, and then si Eli, we talked about cancer as well. So, I did not hide anything. I did not, may wala akong tinago. And then, ang una kong tinawagan, of course, my mom, I called my mom and my sister. So, sila in-rock ko talaga. Tapos, with my husband's children who are very concerned, I did, sabi ko, okay, minsan lang ako magkukwento. So, nagpa-zoom ako sa kanila. Tapos, yung sa Zoom, ang cute-cute kasi pagbukas ko ng Zoom, lahat sila nakaturban. Lahat ng bata. When I say children of June, sila ha, karamihan, may asawa na. So, ang wala na lang asawa, isa na lang. Teka lang. Tama, isa na lang ang walang asawa. So, lahat sila married and settled and everything. So, ganung age.
Okay.
So, when I opened the Zoom, joined in, lahat sila nakaturban. Sabi ko, grabe kayo, may buhok pa ako. Ganyan. Tapos sabi ko, siguro hindi naman ako mauubusan ng buhok. Ganun pa yung akala ko. Alam mo ba, that I underestimated chemo. I underestimated the effect.
Super strong, the one they
na-underestimate ko. Hindi ko alam. Alam, I had to ask pa my oncologist, Doktora, will I really lose my hair? Ganun pa yung tanong ko. Sabi niya, yes. Sabi ko, all of it? Sabi niya, yes. Talaga? Ganun pa ako. Hindi pa ako naniniwala. Tapos yung first chemo, the next day, nagtrabaho pa ako, nag-webinar pa ako. Ganito pa yung energy ko. Mataas pa.
Talagang super.
After 3 days, 4 days, parang namamata. Parang ano na, ayan, drain na ako. Tapos, I cut my hair short. I cut my hair short. Tapos, yun na yung last post ko 2 years ago na parang, this is something that I can control. So, sabi ko, I need to put control in my life. So, I cut my hair. Tapos, few days after, hindi ko alam kung napanood ninyo, may video kami ni Eli na umiiyak siya, ayaw niyang paggupit yung buhok ko, ayaw niyang i-shave ko. Kasi we were sitting na inside the bathroom, tapos si Gija, si June, naka-ready na for the shaver. Tapos i-on na lang. Pag-on, sumigaw itong si Eli, parang, Mom, go! Ganyan siya. Tapos so hinabol ko siya. So ini-explain ko na parang, it's just hair. I mean,
siya yung parang na-shock.
Siya ang na-stress talaga siya. Parang, what if it doesn't work? Ganyan. So, siya yung anong-ano. Tapos sabi ko, I told you that Mama's sick. It's gonna get better. You know, it's just hair. It's gonna grow back. Ganyan. Tapos finally, na-pacify ko siya. So, shinave din. Tapos maya-maya, kinikiss pa niya yung ulo ko. I like your bald hair. I like it. So, okay na din.
But can you remember a specific moment na parang, you know, you were hit by this realization na ito na nga, ito pala yung buhay ng isang tao na may cancer?
Yeah. Well, there was one lowest point in my life. I had a photo, but I wish I can show it to you. I had a photo na I took it on the 6th session. So, kalbong-kalbo ako, puting-puti yung scalp. Tapos yung mata ko, ito pa. Josie, the first time I went to the cancer center, ang napansin ko, the cancer patients, they had this blank stare. Sabi ko, ano ito? Parang mga zombie sila. Tapos ako parang, morning. Ako yun ng babate. Parang sila parang zombie lang na ganyan. Tapos, on the 6th session of the chemotherapy, I had that black stare. Sabi ko, ganito pala yun. I mean, I know that during that 6th session, there are only 2 roads. Two roads lang. Either you give up or you fight it. Parang ganon. So, it's so easy to give up at that time kasi talagang ang sakit-sakit na, hindi mo na alam saan masakit. Hindi na ako nagreklamo. Parang pati kuko ko, ang pangit na, ang brittle na. So, yun yung lowest point. So, I took a picture of myself and I know that was the lowest point. So, ang nasa isip ko, if this is the lowest point, then that means it's going up. Ganun na. So, low, and then, wala ka nang bababae. Hindi, up na. So, yun na yung nasa isip ko. I mean, it was somehow, kasi wala pa akong mastectomy at that time. Nung nag-mastectomy ako, sabi sa akin, okay, lucky kasi wala na sa katawan ko yung cancer, ganyan. Tapos may mga good news pa na wala nang cancer yung lymph nodes, walang cancer, nag-negative ako lahat. So, sobrang okay. Pero, nag-radiation ako ng 30 times. So, during the radiation, yung pa yung, talagang hapong-hapo na yung katawan ko. Talagang pagod na. Tapos everyday ginagawa namin yun. At that time, wala pang vaccination. So, we would go to my house.
Speaking of that, Abigail, just wanna, because it's also on the COVID-19 where a lot of people are, now you have a cancer and COVID coming in. So how is that, really going through? The stress is so enormous.
Sobrang stressful. And then my husband is not young. So he can easily get the COVID at any time. So he can go with me sa lahat ng treatments ko, sa lahat. Actually, my son, swap sila, nagpasasalit-salit sila. Pero, every time I would go to the hospital, I'm so scared for my husband. Kasi ako, pupunta ako sa radiation, paparadiation
exposed.
Pero siya, pupunta pa sa bayaran, pupunta pa sa PhilHealth, pupunta pa sa, yung mga ganun. So, sobrang exposed siya. So, yun yung prayers ko every time we would go to the radiation na parang, okay, sana hindi naman. And true enough, God is so good, hindi kami tinamaan during that time. So, wala talaga. Imagine, no vaccine, go to the hospital.
You know, Abigail, dyan sa Pilipinas, no? Ang dami naming mga pasyente or mga beneficiaries na nag-a-apply for financial assistance dito sa Filipino-American Cancer Care kasi nga nagbibigay kami ng financial assistance. At nang sinasabi nila sa amin na yung isang session lang ng chemotherapy is like 25,000 or what, 50,000? It's a lot of money, di ba? Diyan sa Pilipinas. And when it comes to technology, di ba? Mas maganda dito sa Amerika, pero mga doctor diyan sa Pilipinas magagaling din, di ba? But in your case, nabasa ko nga na there was a time na parang gusto nang ibenta ng husband mo yung condominium nyo. At kailangan nyo ng 6 figures, di ba? Sino yung tumulong sa inyo financially?
7 figures.
7 na talaga? Wow.
Oo. So, million ang kinailangan ko. Naiinggit ako pag kami naririnig ako na ang chemo nila 25,000, 50,000 because ang chemo ko was almost 400,000 per shot. So, I had to do 18 sessions of that.
So, and you multiply that to 18, di ba?
Oo. Tapos radiation, plus all the medications, lahat. But sobrang mahal. But then again, kaya nga, nung pauwi kami ng asawa ko from the hospital, when we heard, okay, sabi sa amin, parang prepare about 7 million. When we heard that, so yung asawa ko, pero hindi kami liquid. I mean, COVID time yun, di ba? So sabi niya, okay, bebenta natin yung condominium. That's our home. Okay, so it's worth a lot because it's in BGC and everything. So tapos sabi ko, di sige. I mean, ako ayoko. Tapos sabi niya, no, we can always buy another house, but we cannot buy another one like you. So sabi
The
ko,
life.
So during that time, siya ang nag ano sa finances namin. And you know what? So many people became our angels talaga. So we didn't end up selling the house, but we ended up doing getting the best treatment because of other people's help. So that was the time wherein I think we became humble enough to accept gifts and money, food, whatever people would give me. Ang ano ko lang, parang appreciation lang. Pero God is so good that He gave us an army of angels to help us go through it. And you know what? Sobrang eksakto. As in, naubos yung pera as to the last, sobrang eksakto. Si God, pag gumawa, walang sukle. Talagang eksakto. Talagang ibang klase. So, during that time, hindi ko alam saan kinukuha ni June yung pera, pero we got from ang tawag dyan, meron kami mga nakuha sa local government, meron mga ganun, mga liit-liit. Tapos yung may PWD card ako, so that gave me a lot of discounts sa hospital and all. Pero we did that. So I should say that when we seek for financial help, we exhausted everything, lahat ng maitutulong, lahat ng makakatulong sa amin, lahat ng pwedeng puntahan, we did that. So we were humbled by it, but then again, so grateful that we were able, and a lot of people helped us talaga. So we were really grateful.
And do you think it is also because na marami kayong connection being a beauty queen and siya naman bilang isang photographer?
Mas siya ang siya ang aking financial captain during the time. So ako I was just dealing with my sickness. I was just dealing with my body. Pero siya yung lahat gumagalaw. So my husband really stepped up and really managed me talaga. So I am parang after all of this, our bond is stronger more than ever.
Ayan, alam mo, yan ang pinakamagandang aspeto ng pagiging isang cancer survivor. Yung moral support talaga ng partner, pinaka-importante yan.
Oh, yes.
At lalong-lalo na, siya mismo siguro hindi nilang pinapakita sa'yo na minsan parang ang hirap nito ha.
Oh yes. At saka, Ed and Josie, alam na naman, pag may cancer ka, toxic, di ba? Parang ang sulit ko. Tapos may mga times na ayokong tumayo. I mean, effort is to go to the bathroom.
May mga mood swings ka.
Ang dami. Tapos naninigaw ako. Tapos minsan, Hindi ko na alam. Ang matapang lang sa buong pamilya is my son Eli. So kahit galit ako, papasok yan, Mom, I'll take care of you ha, para manood ng TV sa tabi ko. Pero yung panganay ko, 20 years old, yung yaya namin, yung driver namin, si Jude, nasisigawan ko sila. Yung toxic siguro. Tapos nagme-meeting sila na parang okay, we just have to accept, hindi naman natin, I mean, alam naman natin na hindi naman talaga siya yan, so it's the medication that's talking, ganyan.
Alters.
Yeah. I mean, toxic talaga kasi parang konting mali, ang laki-laki sa akin, ang laki-laki ng issue sa akin. Parang ganun.
Was there a time na parang gusto mong mag-breakdown?
Oh, a lot of times I would be crying on my own. I would cry myself to sleep. Si June, hindi ako tinatabihan during the time because light sleeper ako eh. So pag gagalaw siya ng konti,
me too. I'm a slight sleeper. I know the feeling. So my wife too have to.
Ang sacrifice niya, he would sleep on the floor. So imagine that. My husband sleeping on the floor. Kasi nga, pag bumugla siya ng banyo, magigising ako. Pag gagalaw siya, so he had to. So there were times na tatabihan niya yung anak ko sa kabilang kwarto. So silang dalawa sa kwartong kabila. So para lang mabigyan ako ng rest talaga. So my husband sacrificed so much for me. So I can say that I love him more than ever talaga. Because of all the sacrifices.
At isa siya sa mga talaga heroes dyan, di ba?
Talaga. So I guess if I am to give an advice to a new cancer patient, I would say first step is to develop a strong team, and I had that. I had sa Team De Leon, may June ako, may Ija ako, may Eli, may Yaya Cathy ako, meron akong driver Tabi. So 5 kami sa loob ng bahay. Outside it, so kahit COVID, meron akong Nina, meron akong Trisha, meron akong Mama, meron akong Dad, meron yun alam nila yung nangyayari every part of the way. May Christine dyan, may kompleto ako ng support system. So kahit sa Viber, yan, pati spiritual kailangan. So meron akong mga sisters na laging pag down ako, parang sasabihin ko everything tastes bad, and para akong kumakain ng blade. Tapos papadala ng tsokolate o kung ano man. Diba? May mga ganon. So I have learned how to ask help. I have learned to ask prayers from other people, because I was told other people's prayers are the most effective type of prayers. So
Abigail, I know being in a public eye and experience how the public scrutiny, right? What made you and your family decided to open up to the public your story? This cancer journey sometimes is so personal that it's just individual timing really relates to the cancer patient itself and to the entire family. So what trigger of that conversation, and when you guys decided, yes, it's time for us to go to the public and tell this?
And also sa Filipino culture, no? Karamihan sa mga Filipino, they wanna keep it to themselves, itong nangyayari sa kanila. Kasi sabihin nila, wala naman silang magagawa sa akin eh. Di ba?
Well, first, okay. Siguro I have to mention that I never asked why this happened to me. I never asked that. Parang bakit nangyari sa akin? Nothing like that. I did not do that. Because I know in the beginning pa lang that there's a purpose in this journey. So if the purpose is to share my story, then I will do it. So there was this, may nangyari kasi parang one time, sa webinar kami ganyan. Tapos parang nag-uusap kami na parang ano yung gustong ipagawa sa'yo ng Diyos at this moment. Tapos at that very moment, sabi ko, okay, I think I'm ready to share my story. I think God wants me to share my story to everyone. So in the beginning, my son Ija was very protective of me. Pero sabi ko sa kanya, anak, if one person will be inspired, if one person would stand up and have courage because I did, sabi ko, that will be enough for me. Tapos sabi niya, okay. So I decided to put up a webinar wherein I will tell my story firsthand. Kasi parang ayoko mabasa lang nila. Gusto ko firsthand sabihin sa mga friends ko. So I did that. Si Ija made a poster. So I sent the poster, ganyan, the date, the time. Pati mga taga-Amerika. So I made sure na mapapanood nila. Sabi ko, minsan kwento. So firsthand story talaga. So I think when I know that there is a purpose for this cancer, I think it's all about sharing it to everyone that you can survive. Well, not everyone can survive, but there's a bigger chance of survival if you are positive, if you have a strong team, if you are
Mm-hmm.
happy. Sabi ko nga, there are only two roads. One is to fight and one is to give up. That's yun lang ang choice eh, 'di ba? So
Mm-hmm.
I would encourage people that even with this cancer, even with all of this sakit ng katawan and all, there will always be a better tomorrow. There will always be a good, life is still worth living. When I have a 5-year-old son who makes me happy every single hour, every single minute, he makes me happy. So, parang ayoko pang iwan yun. Hindi pa talaga. So, if
Mhm.
I will be given a chance to live, I will do everything that I can to do that.
Yeah. And your cancer story will inspire, not only will inspire, but it is also, a way of giving hope sa iba. Kasi yung iba yung kanilang acceptance din eh, di ba? At it's also a form of healing na rin para sa ibang cancer warriors.
Pero you know what? I consider myself to be very lucky. Some people will say, oh, you're so strong, you're so ganyan. Pero pag nare-remember ko yung mga nakakasabi ko sa chemo and radiation at that time, makikita mo, I suffered so little compared to what they have been experiencing. Ang daming nagsasuffer talaga. Sobrang dami. Kaya I'm very happy that you have this association or this group that actually helps people kasi talagang kailangan ng tulong. So parang ang hirap ma-detach sa reality when you have cancer, di ba? Parang sana you can just shake it off, di ba? Parang hindi pala.
Yeah. Sa palagay mo, Abigail, yung nangyari sa'yo, was it like a blessing in disguise, itong cancer?
Well, first, I wouldn't wish it to any of my enemy. Well, I'm no enemy, but I wouldn't wish it to anyone, di ba? Pero, it's how you make out of it eh. Parang ano yung gagawin mo from this eh. I think I'm not gonna consider it as a blessing in disguise because it's not in disguise. It's cancer. It's life-threatening.
That's reality. Yes.
It's a reality and it happened, It's not in disguise, but it's cancer. Pero hindi lahat magsusurvive, pero you can choose on how to fight it. If I die tomorrow, I know that I died fighting it. Pero I'm not gonna succumb and I'm not gonna give up.
I am just curious, no? Kasi isa kang beauty queen. Alam mo, yung mga contestants ngayon sa Miss Universe, sa iba't ibang mga beauty pageants, inaayos to ha? Nagpaparetoke, di ba? Ikaw, sabi mo naman, nagpamastectomy ka, di ba? At hindi madali, alam mo yan, ang feeling na pagkatapos ng mastectomy, ako rin, naramdaman ko yan na para kang sinaksak kasi yung isang part ng katawan mo, kinuha na pinaka-importante yon. Pero sa iyo naman, hindi ka nagpagawa ng implant o ng reconstruction. Ano yung reason mo? Bilang isang, former beauty queen at the same time.
You know what? The truth is, I was scared psychologically baka daw masira ako kasi 'di ba parang kulang ka when you look at yourself in the mirror it's not the same 'di ba parang may kulang. Imagine seeing yourself flat chested on one side tapos meron pang tahing malaking ganyan. So in the beginning it wasn't easy but now I have come to accept it. So I'm not even sure half ako if I'm going to do reconstruction, pero kasi I'm happy with what I have now. I mean, I can make myself even easily. I have this special bra from a cold, so I can just put it on, tapos yun na, di ba? Parang nobody has to know about it. Pero ang malaki nga ng tanong is yung mag-isa na lang ako sa banyo, di ba? Pero right now, I can say that I'm not even bothered by it. So, in the beginning, I thought my husband will be, but now, acceptance lang talaga. So, no big deal for me.
Yeah, and I think your cancer journey give you a different perspective or proper perspective of other things, right? So I think that's give our listeners who's gonna be probably just receiving this word of cancer or they're gonna start their journey. So another question that I want to ask you, because I know a lot of people, the dark side of the cancer journey is like this mental state issue, right? So what can you say or share about how to really cope with that the mental state in terms of the cancer journey?
I'm not so sure if it will work for everyone, but what I did, okay, kasi may mga dark days talaga, like being in the hole, and then for days and days. So, parang ang malaking nakatulong sa akin is the routine. The routine. Like every morning, I try to wake up at the same time and then do kunwari kung ligo muna, or usually ako, bathroom, okay, freshen up, and then go to my husband for coffee kasi lagi siya maagang gumigising. Coffee, tapos parang looking at the window, minsan hindi mo kami nag-uusap ng asawa ko, pero looking at the window, tapos breakfast, tapos may routine, tapos still eat at 12 o'clock. So kahit gaano kasama ang pakiramdam ko, I try my best to get up and go to the dining table, So, but there were times that talagang hihingi lang ako ng soup sa kwarto, pero as much as possible, I drag myself to the dining table. Tapos may dinner kami ng 5 o'clock or 6 o'clock, and then merong grocery ng 6 o'clock. So routine. Tapos kahit COVID yan tapos mga 7 o'clock manonood ka ng TV, 8 o'clock maniligo, yung ganon. So the routine actually gave me a sense of parang proper, parang kung may control ako. So that one, I did that. So yung mental health is very real. I mean, it's there. I can feel it. Parang bumubulong-bulong sa tenga kong ganon. So it's really there, pero you really just, it's not easy, pero find ways on how to cope up. It doesn't may notebook ako, may journal ako. So I write there whatever I want to write, hindi ko na-verbalize, but on my notes, I just write it there. Tapos,
when you speak about the joy of finding myself again,
yes.
Would you like to tell us yung joys, or yung joy na naramdaman mo sa sarili mo?
Okay, September 6 was my last chemo. In November, I did my webinar, which is entitled The Joy of Finding Myself Again, because I have to find myself again, because somehow, whether we like it or not, with cancer, you lose your entire self. You just don't lose your eyebrows, you don't lose your hair, but you lose the entire self. So we really have to take time to find ourselves. But then again, it's not going to be the same. I mean, I am myself again, but on a different track. So it's not going back to the track, but it's going to another track, but being myself again. So my big part of my healing is going here in Las Vegas, kasi parang isa sa mga pinakamabigat sa akin is not having my mom and my sister beside me during the experience. So nung gumaling talaga ako, then I can take care of my son, sabi ng asawa ko, sige na nga, ang price mo, pupunta ka ng America, just you and Eli, and enjoy the company of your parents. And that's exactly what I'm doing. So parang pagkatapos nito, siguro when I go home, I'll be stronger, I'll be happier, I'll be more mindful, So siguro doon mo na masasabi, Josie, yung blessing in disguise, because I feel like a different person. Kasi nga siguro yung every day, gising is a blessing. Doon dumadating yon. So mas appreciative, mas naging appreciative ako on all the things. Kasi I used to live a very hectic life. I'm a trainer, tapos I do out-of-town trainings, tapos 8 hours on my feet, talking, training. Pero ngayon, I have the chance to stop and really listen.
Slow down.
Diba? Parang yung birthday ko, naiiyak ako na parang, birthday ko, so I hope to see my next birthday, Yung, basta, parang mas may appreciation sa lahat ng bagay. Even the way I put my shoes on, even when I was dressing up, na ini-enjoy ko every moment. Because everyone knows, I know for a fact that this can be the last time. This can be the last moment. You really have to enjoy every moment. So, it took a cancer for me to realize that alam naman dapat natin na yan dati pa, di ba? Pero ngayon, mas totoong-totoo siya sa akin.
Yes, and I can relate to that. Abigail,
Yes.
every little things it makes you appreciate. That's what I'm enjoying the nature before just DC work. When I have time, I will control my time to go and really some self care is my 2022.
Diba?
Man.
Self-care and really watch, I mean, just to watch the sunrise, the sunset, just to watch my son play or watch him eat, I don't mind. So ngayon parang hindi ko pa hindi ko na matandaan when was the last time nagalit ako. Hindi ko na matandaan. So parang pag nagagalit, sayang ang oras, sayang ang jeez, ang lines, di ba? Wag na lang.
Yes, exactly.
So,
Are you taking tamoxifen at this time?
no. Tamoxifen, I'm supposed to.
You are lucky. Alam mo ba itong tamoxifen? Sobra.
I know. No, I did. I took it, but then again, I did not feel good about it.
Oo.
Sorry, pero I'm supposed to take it, Josie. Sa totoo lang, I'm supposed to.
Ano daw, ilang years daw supposed to be sa'yo? Oo. Kasi ako ngayon, yan ang inaano ko na, kailan pa yung graduation ko nito? Ibang klase eh.
Pero,
I have 4 more years on my chemo
Me,
pill
2
again.
years pa. At saka nag-fluffy yung ano ko, yung mukha ko.
sabi ko sa'yo, I took it for I think 3 months, 4 months.
Anong nangyari? Ano yung mga side effects sa'yo?
Bloated. Ang pangit ng pakiramdam, parang lagi ako nakalutang. Medyo, so naghanap ako ng alternative medicine for that.
Yeah.
So, yun.
So yun ang ano mo nag-decide na lang na wag nang gawin yung tamoxifen. Yeah.
Because you listen to your body, Abigail. So I guess having that as an option for a listener too. Yeah.
It's not for everyone, but for me, tatama Ed, I really have to listen to my body, and at this point, my body needed more supplements on herbs, more vegetables, yung vegetable juice ko 2 times a day. Tapos yung mga natural supplements. So I'm on it now. So I think I'm better with that kasi mas gumanda yung balat ko. Kasi diba sa time, chalky, yung makeup, ayaw kumapit. Ay, nako, sabi ko sa'yo, yung eyeshadow, ayaw kumapit. Mga ganun may ganung time. So, hanggang ngayon, yung kuko ko, very brittle pa. But there was a time na nangitim yung kuko. So, now that I'm remembering, there was a time na parang I couldn't even recognize myself in the mirror. Dahil parang ibang-iba yung itsura ko, ibang-iba yung parang hindi ako, parang ganon. So, that was the side effect of some medications for me. So, I have to start to go now.
Well, it's so nice talking to you, Abigail. No? We have a special song para sa iyo galing sa isa naming ambassador sa Filipino-American Cancer Care. Here we go with Katrina Manabat.
You are not hidden. There's never been a moment you were forgotten. You are not hopeless. Though you've been broken, your innocence stolen. I hear you whisper underneath your breath. I hear your SOS, your SOS. I will send out an army to find you in the middle of the darkest night. It's true, I will rescue you. There is no distance that cannot be covered over and over. You're not defenseless, so I'll be your shelter, I'll be your armor. I hear you whisper underneath your
Thank you so much, our young ambassador, Katrina Manabat from the Filipino American Cancer Care. You have been rescued, Abigail, by the grace of God. Yes. Now, let's talk about your book. No, we have 3 minutes on this radio show. And of course, we would like to get your message para sa ating mga followers, especially sa mga mga kakilala natin or sino man na ngayon lang. Like for example, yesterday, mayroong cancer diagnosis sa kanila. Ano yung mensahe mo? And of course, let's talk a little bit about your book bago tayo magpaalam.
So, I'm going to show you the book right now. So, this is 88 Things Every Professional Should Know or Else. Ed and Josie, if you send me your address, I'll send you both. Okay? So, meron akong dalawa dito for you.
Is that available on Amazon?
No, it's not.
Oh my!
If you want to order, this is thick, kind of thick. Tapos, when you open it, para siyang ang concept ko dito, comics. When you open it, you see a page.
Wow.
Ayan. Food and dining.
Oh, excited na ako mabasa yan.
Mayroon na yung ganyan. Puro pictures, this is the type of book na parang if you open, parang mabilis siyang intindihin. Tapos, ulitin, ganyan. So,
sige, magkano yan?
Sorry?
Magkano yan?
Magkano daw?
Hindi ko alam. Well, sa Philippines, actually, teka lang, tatanungin ko si Dad.
Kasi pag, mahal ang shipment dito sa Amerika.
Tatanungin ko si Dad kung yan ang bibigay niya sa akin. Pero, I think I can spare. Well, I have one for Josie and one for Ed.
Ay, gusto ko yan. Sige, padalhan mo ako. Padalhan din kita ng libro ko. Nandun yung story ni Ed.
Perfect. I want to read that. Sige, exchange tayo.
Sige.
Tapos,
ipadala mo sa akin yung address mo dahil padalhan din kita ng mga giveaways from Filipino American Cancer Care. Yes.
Sige. Okay, exchange tayo. Okay? Now, it's not available in Amazon. If you want, you can get in touch with me and order from me. Meron dito si Dad. I can spare about 10 pieces if you want to order. So, let me know. Pero kung sa Pilipinas pa.
Yeah. And hopefully, we'll see you again, Abigail, on February, one of our future events. Yeah. That's going to be the World Cancer Day. And we are excited that,
I think I'll still be here. Sana, di ba? So, pag pinauwi na ako ng asawa.
So that you have more books. So we can promote it there, okay?
Sige. All right. So, you want me to say something sa mga newly diagnosed?
Yes. What are the 3 things that you would like to say to them?
Okay. So, number 1, don't be scared. Okay? Don't be scared because kasi the word cancer is very scary. I would say don't be scared. You know that God will always be there for you. And then, number 2, set up a team. Yung team, very, very important. I mean, you have to be honest. You have to be open with your team. If your team is your parents or yung partner mo or even friends can also be a team. So, set up the team. Diba? Parang, okay, kasi don't make it your own journey lang. So, it's a group journey talaga. Tapos, I would say, number 3, be patient with your body. Diba? Parang, pag gusto ng katawan mo matulog ka because nothing will be more important than your health right now. So, kung gusto ng katawan mong kumain, sige lang. Pero, siguraduhin healthy food. It's not true na, I was once told na eat anything that you can keep down. To the point na potato chips and all. So then I realized I can keep down healthy food naman because it will really help the body. And then 3 things lang to take care of the body: exercise, proper nutrition, and sleep. So 3 easy things lang talaga. So
wow. Pwede ka na namin gawing ambassador dyan sa Pilipinas?
Of course! We are
any way that I can help cancer patients, I will do that, So, yun
and it's going to be an honor sa amin din, no? Kasi pare-pareho tayo tayong tatlo. Pare-pareho tayong may mga sakit na cancer.
Diba? We have experienced it. it's not gonna be easy, but know that you are not by yourself. Know that a lot of people are
Mhm.
gonna support you, and a lot of people are
Yes.
praying for you. So,
No one is alone in the fight against cancer.
no one is
Thank you, Abigail.
All right. Thank you so much sa ating mga followers and supporters dito po sa ating radio show On the Air with FACC. Thank you, PHLV. Bye, Johan.